I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Hey, we're back. What's up? You'll never see me not wearing this shirt. Actually, when it starts to become winter, I don't know if I'm going to be able to rock this stuff. Wow. Hello. I'm going to keep this down to just a half hour into the KBH earnings. Still trolling the internet, still trying to figure out why people are buying options before earnings reports. Don't you realize that's the dumbest trade in the world? You're paying the most possible for the premium. So then one guy replied, I'm buying both sides. So I said, so great, you're going to lose twice as much money. So let me get this straight. You're buying both sides so that when the stock moves, and I get the concept, I like it, straddles, strangles, spreads, and all that stuff, you have a better chance actually to be right, not picking the direction. So we're talking about, he's talking about MU, but they're also talking about KBH, right? So he thinks there's going to be a big move in KBH. Now I get the idea. So the stock's sitting here at 32 bucks. So you're talking about the 33s and the 32s. So he's buying the $33 calls for 116. You know what? I don't hate this play because as long as you get a big enough move, you're probably going to come out making a little bit of money. But look what you're doing here. You're buying, well, this guy's buying the $33 call. This is called a strangle. The straddle is when you buy the same exact price. So let's look at the strangle. The 33s for 116. Let's write this stuff down, right? You're buying the 33 call for 116. You're buying the $32 put for 136. Okay? So tomorrow this stock's gotta go up or down enough to compensate for the losing side of that trade and the premiums that you're paying. So we're talking, let's round it to $1.20 and 120 just to make it easy. 240, right? You're talking about 240. This thing's got to move 240. So that is 240 on a $32 stock. So 10% would be it's not such a sick idea now that I'm looking at it. But still, you're guessing. You're guessing. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense for KBH to come out with their earnings, say what they say, chop around, do what they do, maybe explode, maybe tank, and then tomorrow there'll be those same options will be reduced in price, half price. And then if you get the direction right, you could buy that same option for half the price and make money on it that way. Like today. Today was sick. I mean, I just got back, so I missed out on my own freaking trade over here. The work, again, short biased, loving it short. The shorts are done now because the stock went over the bottom range and stayed above the VWAP. So now you've got to be looking at work as a long. And obviously, you know, I was in it. I sold it. Sold the last of it at 22, 22.38 and 22.21 and 22.18 on the way back down because I had my stops. Now, if you're looking at a chart, which I know you're not, but you might be, if I just would have stuck to the VWAP as my out, I'd still be in the trade. And that's a lot. Again, usually the last slot, I'll let it just go to VWAP. But, I only had 50 shares left anyway. So I just threw that, I didn't want it to break back under that 22.19 area and so forth, whatever it did. But I tell you, I came in looking for shorting on Beyond, and I traded it long 3 times today, all on range breaks and VWAP breaks. Just a beautiful trading today on this because the breaks were clean, okay? Your first VWAP break at 136.65 earlier, you got to rip to 138 and change, boom. And then I didn't do it again until later in the afternoon. Just now you got that 136.90 area again, broke, but I didn't sit down until I started breaking back over 138.89. 138.89, my multi-day VWAP was 139.89. And then I got up to 140. 140 gets hit. Bye. I'm out. Yeah, it went up 50 cents after I sold it, but now it's right back down. So, and of course, the crowd came back, and that's what's mostly what's frustrating about trading is when you take a loss, and then either that day, 20 minutes later, 3 hours later, or a day later, it didn't have to be a loss. Like the Roku today, and the crowd. I took 2 losses on Roku long today, and obviously neither one of those had to be losses because the stock's at the highs of the day now. That's what happens, man. There was, I mean, I'm not going to hold it. Once it rolled over and died, I'm not going to sit here holding the stock because I think this thing's going to zero. So, and then it's down at 102.50. I'm thinking, well, good sell. And then it explodes for 5 points. I don't know where that came from, but what can you do? What can you do? You got to just suck it up. It happens, My worst trade of the day, I lost close to $300 trading crowd today. And look where that went. Went all the way back down, went back up to 63 and change. Actually went past that price. Oh my God. I will definitely end every show with Battle Hymn. You want Battle Hymn? You want from the album Dark Avenger? You want Battle Hymn, or do you want do you know I did one of my first videos on YouTube? I did it to Manowar. I mean, I forgot what I called it. I think it was this guy, or it was my old channel, Thanos 43. I can't even remember, but I did a video. I was wearing the yellow sweatshirt as always, and I put on some metallic, some Manowar. Speaking of Manowar, Papa Elite itself was good. I haven't even mentioned that show, did I? I don't remember. But yeah, this is a unique kind of a day, and this is the kind of day which I also credit for the reason I'm still in business. I admit I know nothing. I'm biased short, and nothing's a short right now. Nothing is a short. I mean, nothing. I mean, if you would have been short in this market now, but I know not to stay short. So, and that's where the VWAP comes in handy, because the VWAP is usually breaking before you get the reversals. So if your stock's going back above the VWAP, usually your short's over right there. So why not get the hell out? Yeah, I was short the Nike. I shorted the Nike. I lost on it the first time when it, didn't want to roll over. And then it finally did. And it went right to the multi-day. I had some left over. I wound up getting stopped at 90.5, which was a pretty good stop. But now I'm seeing that it rolled all the way back over. So nice. Again, anytime stocks are gapped up on earnings, I'm looking to sell them. Obviously, if this would have pulled back to 92.50 earlier and held it and then broke back out, it wouldn't have been a short. I'm not too sure if I would have gone long, but normally I'm a gap reversion trader always. So I'm looking for gaps to be met with selling, except if we've hit massive bottoms. Okay. Like I love Netflix long today. Loved it. But, I took profit and felt like a good time to sell. It was. And then you double, triple bottomed at the VWAP. And if I was, again, I wasn't paying attention, probably could have got back into this one for a pretty sweet trade. Plus, now you still, there's a huge area of resistance right here on Netflix. That 267 area, just $1 away. We might get through it today. It's a big area, It's a 3-year. It's a 3-year breakdown on the chart, on the 3-year chart. According to my math, of course, my math is different from everybody else's, but I was hoping to see this thing under 250. That would have been awesome, because if it would have dipped today and then came back, it would have been an easier buy, just like the Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat kind of threw me off because it gapped down. I was hoping they were going to suck rat and then roll over. But again, surviving. Can't say thriving. I really, two losses on the Roku before I made anything on that one. I screwed that trade up. And of course, the crowd going back to 60 freaking 3. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. But Netflix, man, there's always going to be that one that just gets away from you. But if you use the 1-minute VWAP on your chart, and again, just throw it up there. Though 1 minute is the standard. This stock pulled back to it, but did not break. It bent, didn't break. So if you were thinking about buying Netflix and you hadn't done it yet, coming back to the VWAP and holding it, they're now risk rewards back in your favor. So why not buy it? Because now if you lose at 258, you're looking at an area 257 is your out. Buying it at 264, you're risking obviously 4 or 5 more points. But man, this market just doesn't go down. It's a freak. It's a freak in nature, man. But I'm not fighting it. But I really like that work, what that did today. Got over the 1 minute, went to the first multi-day VWAP, and that was basically it. Put it up on this stock twits also. But yeah, man, it's all right. Could be better. What's up, Matty F? Matty F. That's your flag right there, right? You guys doing anything? In anything? What's up, Razzmatazz? Do-do-do. Bow, bow. I don't even know what would be my favorite Manowar song. I'm always partial to Carry On. Fighting the World was my favorite album. It was one of their more, I don't know, cheesy albums, if you will. I don't know, but still. Violence and Bloodshed, I mean, Fighting the World is kind of funny. Carry On is phenomenal. Holy War, but Black Wind, Fire and Steel, I think Black Wind, Fire and Steel is my favorite. I mean, it's a close second maybe to Dark Avenger. Yeah, I am actually, you know what? I have to roll that hedge soon. No, I'm out to October. I'm fine. Man, the destruction of the UVXY is just so funny, bro. I am still in the bear. I'm still in imminent. I'm not coming out of imminent crash camp yet. You know, I'm not short anything right now, but I'm being smacked in the face right now. You know, just even thinking about shorting has been a bad idea. But that's why I'm safe and sound on the sideline, man. But I do like this work here. I really, I don't want to admit it, but if you can close over 2280, this is a huge moment, because tomorrow I'm not going to be here, but I wouldn't be looking at this thing as a short. I'd be looking now for the work to gap down to try to shake everybody out and look to buy it. Same thing with Beyond Meat. That is putting in some work here today, you know? So a lot of those short ideas did work today, but work became a short into a long. The market was a short into a long. So I want to just analyze the KBH trade one more time, because this is all this other room talks about. Straddles, strangles, and spreads. I think those are the worst trades there are, because you're taking on, especially if you're shorting a straddle. Do you guys know what a short straddle is? So it's when you think the stock's not going to do anything. Now, I like the idea in theory, but you're taking on enormous risk, right? So let's say you got MU, right? Reporting on Friday or Thursday night. You think it's not going to do shit, right? So here's MU. Oh, man. I should have spilt the sauce. I had a meatball hero for lunch. I'm freaking dying. I hate food. I mean, I can't go more than 3 days without antacid pills. It just sucks. I'm a broken man. Get all your information before I just spontaneously combust. My freaking head's ringing. My stomach's on fire. All right, so MU. So they're talking about short strangles, right? So the idea is if you're shorting a strangle, let's say you think the stock's not going to go anywhere. So right now it's at 49.50. You're going to take in the premium. So you're going to sell the 49.50 call and you're going to sell the 49.50 put. So let's round them up to $2 each. So you're taking in 4 points. If the stock goes up or down more than 4 points, you lose. Imagine, if you will, tomorrow, Micron Technology, not only do they report their earnings and they're good, but Broadcom decides to take them over at $73 a share. You're exposed to being short at 49.50 minus the 4 points, plus the 4 points. So once it goes past, 53.50, you're fucked. You're getting crushed. Short strangles before earnings reports come out, I mean, that's probably the riskiest thing you could possibly do. You're naked on both sides. And I understand a lot of times when the premiums come in, you're going to win. But the one time that it doesn't work wipes out the 10 times that it does work. So I don't do that. You're crazy. But I'm just trying to see what these guys are looking at. So they're doing KBH tonight. I'm dying to see if this trade works. And this one I say, I don't hate it as much as once I started looking at it. He's doing what's called the strangle, right? He's buying the 33s for 115, right? He's also buying the 33 calls, and he's also buying the $32 puts. So he's looking for a move of at least 240, 250. Well, the only positive thing is here, you got till October expiration. So the one that you get wrong is not going to be at zero tomorrow. It'll be down, but it won't be so bad. But we'll see. I'll still say it's a losing trade. But it doesn't seem it's not too overly priced. Fucking market, man. Work. Oh man, I mean I don't ever suggest holding overnights. Just work long. I'm not in it anymore. I stink. But if I was here, I would have bought it back at 43, 22.43. You're right at the first multi-day VWAP right now. If you can close above that, that's pretty healthy. And new lows on the UVXY. So all is well in the world. All right, we'll watch some KBH come out. Probably comes out around 4:15. Who's going to go out of business first? Smile Direct or Uber? Work, cover girl. Oh my God, it's hot. What happened? You guys in anything? I love it when the market goes down. It just makes more sense to me. Why are you guys not in work? Wake up, wake up. Did anybody get back into the work on the inverted ass crack half number break to the multi-day? Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if it's the same Stargazer that I'm thinking of, but who doesn't love that song? Woo-hoo. Oh no, I'm thinking of Dreamweaver. Whoa, Dreamweaver, I can let them. What's Stargazer? I don't know Stargazer. Let me see. By Rainbow, is that? Is Rain? No, I'm thinking of Ronnie James Dio for some reason. I like it. Wait a minute, is this Dio? Who's Rainbow? Sounds like a Dio song. Could be a Dio song. Oh, it was. Okay. It's like, sounds way too much. Like, you know what it was? Because he has Rainbow in the Dark. So I was like, it couldn't be the same guy, right? Like a rainbow in the night. Was it Rainbow in the Dark? I don't know. I saw Ron James Dio, Iron Maiden, and Black Sabbath in some collaboration concert once. That was awesome. That was when did The Last in Line come out? I was at that tour. That's how old I am. (1984). A young 13-year-old Kenny after his bar mitzvah. Yeah, I don't think I was at that show. It must have been the next tour because I was too young. 13, my mom was still not letting me go out to concerts. What was the one after Last in Line? Maybe it wasn't an album, but I remember that was big at the time. I love metal, man. Monsters of Rock was one of my favorite times of my life. I got to see what? You had Dokken, which I listen to Dokken now. What the hell are we thinking? They suck. Hey. I may call you back now, all right, son? Rah. All right, retarded. Retarded Jesus. Yeah, Monsters of Rock, the one with Van Halen. Then there was the Lollapaloozas. I get that my brain gets those all confused now. Lollapalooza with the Jane's Addiction. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Jane's Addiction, Tool. Yeah, I love Tool. No, the Tool's new album, I fell asleep to it the other day. Yeah, if you could fall asleep to a Tool album. But yeah, I like Tool. But Monsters of Rock was one of the greatest concerts, and one of them was one of the most scariest moments of my life. Because Ministry was there, right? Ministry, and I just had taken something, and it kicked in when Ministry got on stage, and bro, I was scared shitless. I was like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? I like fled to the back of the arena. It was scary. I just remember what's his name, and then there's one where me and the guy from Rage Against the Machine, I swear to God, he was staring right at me, and he's looking right at me, and we're looking at each other. Like, yeah. I remember Monsters of Rock. We had the worst. We had the most butt ass weed ever. So by the time Van Halen came along, you know, when you just pot it out, you just can't even stay awake. I was nodding off to Sammy Hagar. But it was a great time. Metallica was awesome. But yeah, my brain, I can't differentiate the. I know Pearl Jam was at Lollapalooza, Jane's Addiction, Ministry. The earlier Lollapaloozas were great, and Monsters of Rock was basically Metallica. You had who else would go to the Doc? I remember it was Dokken, Metallica, Van Halen. I can't remember anything else. Was Wasp involved? Twisted Sister? There had to be more than 3 bands, because I remember there was like 2 or 3 Monsters of Rock. I'll go down and get my t-shirt. I still have it. Rat might have been there, yeah. Guns N' Roses. That's who was there. Yeah. How can we forget about that? Guns N' Roses, Metallica. Right. So by the time Van Halen came on, we're half asleep. We already rocked out. Lollapalooza 1 was that was one of the best concerts. And I got to hang with Perry Farrell, because that dude, he would stroll around the grounds before the show, and he was like just awesome dude. Little guy too. I got those pictures somewhere. Guy's half my size. I think he weighed 80 pounds, maybe. And man, did he just put on a show. He's one of my favorite human beings. Perry Farrell rules. Yeah, Guns N' Roses, yeah. Fat Axel's funny. Fat Axel can still sing. You know, he went through that moment where he lost it, and then he came back strong. Fat Axel, that should be his name of his band. We are Fat Axel. Anyway, I was talking to my friend. Have you guys seen Preacher? I mean, I just watched the last episode yesterday. Legion is better. Legion's the best show on television by far, in my opinion. But Preacher, Retarded Jesus, Retard Jesus has got to be the funniest shit. I mean, the show is completely demented. Coming from me, it's shocking. It is the sickest show. Preacher, 4 seasons. Oh, man. Loverboy. Wait, what was Loverboy's song? Loverboy. Who did I see that was some cheesy stuff? I saw the Poison David Lee Roth tour. I think Preacher already said he wasn't going to be God, but he should be. I think now he's rethought it, and now that's what his mission is, I think. Yeah. Preacher. Preacher, was it AMC or is it FX? I forgot. I think it's AMC. But they don't, the on demand, they want you to pay for it. That's such bullshit. But I want to start a band called Retarded Jesus. I mean, just so sick, that show. Oh my God, work. This week, what do we got? Oh, we only got 6 minutes. This would be on collision course with Going Green. I'm loving this trade. I like this trade so much. If I owned it, I'd probably hold some overnight. I can't believe I'm even saying that about this stock. What else was good? Who else was Monsters? Was Monsters of Rock one tour? Let me see. I mean, everything's on the internet. Monsters of Rock. What was that? 88, 87, 88. Oh my God, there's my t-shirt. Motley Crue. And the Scorpions. How the hell did we forget that? Oh, freaking love the Scorpions. Remember when the Scorpions were the #1 band in America? When they got all those like ballads they came out with? Freaking Scorpions. I saw Scorpions and Iron Maiden also. That was a great show. Scorpions opened up for Iron Maiden. What's my favorite Scorpion song? Truck's still rolling, coming home again. Right? It's coming home or something? Yeah. If only I could sing like this guy. I think you could find Preacher other places on the Pirates, on the, some of these bootleg websites. This is everything. If you go to Foot Locker or Let Me Watch This, it's called. Every morning when I wake, you're far away. You guys know this song? Trucks still rolling through the early morning to the place we play. Oh, you're home, you're dreaming, don't you know that you're still far away? Yeah, there you go. Who's the bottom band? Oh, you're home, you're dreaming, don't you know you're living just to pray? You can imagine this song picks up and goes crazy for a while. So Monsters of Rock, you don't even remember the first band. Kingdom Come opened up no, it wasn't into Metallica. I think it was Kingdom Come, into the Dokken, into Scorpions, into Metallica. But I remember Guns N' Roses being there. It had to be. It had to be a you know what it is? There was like 2 or 3 of them, right? Let's see. Hey, I'm gonna live in you. I remember we were chanting, Dokken, you suckin', get off the stage and go home. And that was a really long chant. Kingdom Come, yeah. They were the wannabe Zeppelin of the day. Monsters of Rock. Sweet rock. Which is the one I definitely saw Monsters of Rock with Guns N' Roses. Had to be. Wouldn't be the first time. All right, you ready? Let's do some work. Ready? KBH. And we'll get to that MU tomorrow. Oh, I won't be here, but. Oh, remember DN? Oh my God, Jamie, what's up? Fatty's still with me. Remember Jamie? Fatty said hello, or Jamie said hello. DN, yeah. Poor Martha Stewart. They made her a victim. So what was the tour then? Monsters of Rock. Come on. Maybe it was just Maiden. Maybe it was Guns N' Roses, Metallica. They played together or something. That's what I'm thinking of. Nah. Can't be. Nah. I got no memory. I don't know. Yeah, it must have been the my brain is thinking about the Metallica Guns N' Roses concert I went to. They played together, right? Aerosmith. Oh my God, yeah, they were great. It's amazing the Aerosmith story. Ooh, PIR coming out. This thing should be at 0 tomorrow, right? All right, let me just get back to work for a second. What do we got? Thank you, Mike, for that one. Trading earnings. Yeah, KBH and PIR. All right, that's about it. Aerosmith's funny because all I knew from Aerosmith was Sweet Dream On. And that's all I knew from that band. And then you didn't hear from them until Run DMC brought Aerosmith back to life. And then they became the biggest band in the world again. I mean, they were never the biggest band until it's incredible that mashup saved Aerosmith and launched a whole new career for them. All right, KBH, what do we got? Wow. Holy, this stock's up 100%. What the hell? When is this from? 2 Novembers ago. This thing's a double. Look at that 3-year VWAP, but it pulled back to right there. Wow. Yeah, wasn't it Ozzy at one of these festivals also? Yeah, right? It's all a blur. I'm talking about 25. I'm going to all these concerts, and they're all 30-year reunions. You want me to get really nerdy with you? And if anybody knows this band, I'll give you a free month on my website. The letters are TMBG. And don't Google it. TMBG. It's one of my favorite bands. They started out I'll give you a couple of hints, 2 quirky dudes, and eventually they put a backup band behind them. But very creative, very nerdy, and hilarious. Funny group. And their music was phenomenal. They went on to do children's specials and all that stuff, and they do a lot of Disney songs now. But they're doing their 30-year reunion of one of my favorite albums. Anybody heard of them? TMBG? Ha, Milli Vanilli, good guess. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba, baby. TMBG? No? Nobody? I'll give you another hint. They do... Yes, TP knows what I'm talking about. Wow, look at that move on this stock. KBH. Let's go on a shorter time frame. Wow, look at that monthly chart. Nice move. Yeah, they might be giants. Istanbul. It's funny how LSD came up a lot today. I've done my share. That album I know the entire album word for word. And we must have sang it 3 times straight forward, just running through the streets in Brooklyn. After seeing them, we stayed up all night because you can't sleep on that stuff. I think they're one of the just one of my top like 10 bands of all time. You know, woo, KBH, boink. All right, so what is it? The stock's got to move. All right, so let's see now. He's got the 33s for 120 and the 32s for 120. All right, so he needs a 250 move on this thing. Okay. So right now, let's say right now you're at 31. Now you're at 30 and a half. 31, 30 and a half. For argument's sake, let's say here, 31. 31. Your $33 calls, done. All right? So you're out $1.20. So now if you have the $32 call put for $1.20, the stock's only at 31. So in theory, these will be up, but they're not going to be up that much. I trade after the news comes out. Yeah. I'm a reversion trader. So we want the news to cause, hey man. So we want the news to gap, and then we revert and play the gap fade. Now, if KBH breaks 30, now this guy might be making money on this trade tomorrow. Because remember, again, and I didn't hate the idea, but I don't like doing any option trading before the options come out anymore. The premium on the KBH wasn't so bad, plus you're buying the Octobers. So they're not going to open up at 0 tomorrow. So if you were doing this on a weekly and you get one side's going to trade to 0 because they're going to expire worthless. But here he's buying the October strangle. So obviously the 32s will be worth more than he paid for, not much. And the 33s that he paid $1.20 for, they'll probably be down, at least half. So we'll see tomorrow at the open and see how these things open up. For me, it's always about trading around the report anyway. We'll see. It's just why you're being ripped off. Why buy into that? And right now at $31, he's a loser on both sides. Because remember, the 32s he paid $1.20 for. So in theory, he needs the stock to go to at least $30.80 to make money on those. So it's a losing trade. It's a losing trade. It's always a losing trade. The only time it's not a losing trade is if you get a freaking 20% move and you compensate for the losing side so much that you make some money on the trade. It's just not worth it. But for us, tomorrow we zoom in on what we saw here. So 31.20 became significant. You just bottomed out at $30.30 3 different times, so that's significant. And just like Nike, it took 2 hours for it to decide where it wanted to go, but once it broke the range, you were able to short some Nike. Again, this concept of admitting that you don't know anything, it really helps you trade. It's helped me because I know what I'm doing, but imagine I was shorting this market, I'd be getting killed. I've been wrong all year. I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to have to test those lows. What was that, 3,500 points ago? But I'm not going to bet against the market anymore. And today would have been day number 3 for UVXY. So we still have yet to go up 3 days in a row on UVXY. Right, I believe oh no, wait a minute. It wasn't even day number, this would have been day number 2. Now I don't remember shit. I think we've had 2 green days on UVXY, I'm pretty sure. So today would have been the 3rd day. And we couldn't make it. It just doesn't happen. By the way, are you intrigued by the fact that the UVXY went to the 1 month VWAP and got rejected there. That's amazing. Look, I don't know what the story is because these are not VWAP driven products. By the way, KBH back in the green. This is a complete loss now. If the stock, let's say it opens up at 31.50, you're basically losing now on both sides. It's just dumb ideas. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't even care if the trade would have worked. It's just not smart. You don't buy options before reports. No way. Oh, well, according to the Manarino people that always get on my case for criticizing him, they say, you don't know what he's doing. He trades whatever he sees. Well, I hope it's true. But if you're talking bear, he's been talking imminent crash since 2012. And that's the only reason I was making fun of the guy. I'm like, dude, you can't be talking about imminent crash for 7 years without admitting that you've been wrong. That's all he does. It's the same thing every time. Not like I watch the guy. And there's worse, the dent guy and the 50% imminent crash guy who's really serious about it. So we only have 4 months left or 3 months left. Tony, your work finally bounced. Where were you? We called it right off the lows, 21.87, covered and went long. Today was the day. Today was the day that you could have got in. So KBH just went back into the green. So this is interesting. This is going to be an interesting play tomorrow. Look at that move. All right. He just broke out of that little bottom range that it formed. Now at 32, this is still a buy. Now again, if you're an aftermarket crazy lunatic, 31.99. If that gets printed, you got 20 cents away from a nice squeeze for another half a point. So this is nice. I hope we get this action tomorrow. Well, I hope you guys get this action tomorrow. I'll be on a plane. So what did Pier 1 do? Did they announce that we're not a real company anymore? Pier 1, I mean, I can't believe what they did to this stock either. Nothing out yet. Right. I don't know any IPOs. Come to the website. My buddy's pretty hip on whatever's coming out. I'm sure there's a website that tells you, how about that lift? I mean, what is the value of the stock? 30, 20? I mean, once it started its descent, man. But I'm down on that Chewy, man. I'm telling you. This home dog food, this farmer's dog, and there's like 4 or 5 companies where it's like fresh direct for dogs. And we've moved on from Chewy already. I can toy up the block. Still, the king of all shit is still Smile Direct. I mean, come on. Really? I give it 2 years tops. Thanks, Mick. 2 years tops to the conspiracy comes out that this has been a fraud of a company. All right, so listen, I'll log in. I'll probably put, if you're not following me on StockTwits, get on StockTwits at Hit the Bid Radio or Twitter at Hit the Bid Radio. I trade only the futures when the market's really, really volatile. You know, if I need to hedge something. I'm not in any position, so I'm not watching the futures as much as I used to. because I would normally probably be short the diamonds, and I'd want to hedge myself buying the YM futures, but I'm not. I'm not in anything right now, so I haven't been doing too much futures trading. But futures, if you look at the YM, I mean, yes, last night it was pretty good. You had VWAP. It was trapped in a VWAP in a multi-day VWAP range, and then it broke down, and then it found support, came right back, and then became a nice buy. KBH. All right, speaking of that trip, I'm going to go. I want to just pack up, make sure I got everything ready so I could chill later. I will post a link. Supposedly, it's going to be simulcasted the whole time. So I think you're going to be able to log in or whatever it is, and then they're just going to stream it. Wait, hang on a second. I just want to see what this KBH does here at 31.99. I don't know if I'm going to trade in the aftermarket. I just hate aftermarket trading, but I like this comeback. I like where we are. And you got multi-day and the 1 minute right there. So this could get some shorts to cover. You already dipped and you held the dip. You've already rallied $1.50 in their face. I'll choose the conservative, and I won't do this trade. But you saw what it just did. You should look for this thing to do the same thing tomorrow. So if they open it underneath that 31.18 area, that triple bottom at 30.30 is going to be significant. And obviously your multi-day and your 1 minute is going to come back into play. All right. So I'll post the link. If you guys want to just come to the room, just come to the room. The password is Warlock Rules with capital W. You got 5 or 6 days left. All right. Whoa. So be careful about buying options before earnings reports. Bad idea. If you guys want to see a stock, I just noticed that it's at $7, and I've been meaning to talk about this thing. You want to see a short squeeze candidate? Oh, somebody brought it. This is another stock that one of you guys mentioned. I've been stalking it for weeks. It hasn't done anything. ORGO. Look at this maniac of a stock. Now, I don't know if it's going to do anything like it did in the past, but the shorts, if I was short this thing, there's no way I'd want to be short anymore. And you got a clear shot to around 850 on this thing. It's just, what is this thing? You know, it's so thin, no volume, but that, 9-month chart looks pretty good. Your 1 year, this is some crazy, crazy stock that went nuts for like a couple of days. And I think those are real prints. This thing went to $310. So you never know. There's an algorithm program that has those numbers factored in here. So, and I'm not even looking for some monster thing. This thing gets through that 7. It looks like I got another $1.50 in it easily. So you got, where was it? 9 months. Nope, I got to get rid of that. Hang on, let me zoom in. So if this thing gets through 850, I've already done this homework here. 850, you could get a nice little rip to around 1050 too. So I don't know what happened. I think that's going out of business to GME. But there probably will be one last gasp for fresh air before it sinks beneath the waves. All right, I'm going to boogie. Yeah, did you see what the ORGO did a couple of months ago, I think it was, or at the beginning of the year? That's factored in somewhere. That's why these levels could come back into play. It's not active enough for me to take it serious. But just saw finally it's in the 7s. Jumama. Where's that one now? $5 yet? Where is Jumama? Wow, I took it off my list. That's how shitty it is. What? It's not even on my awful IPO list? Wow. Jumama. There's the Pier 1. Stock will be at 0 tomorrow. Jumama. Oh, Jumama's $8. Oh my God. So nobody wants rugs from Africa, owned by a German company. Pier 1, 0. 0. Only down 30%. Tomorrow it'll be down 89.5%. Ah, you can't short it. Oh. All right, on that note, it's the Amazon of Africa, owned by a German conglomerate. Yeah, that made total sense. Yeah, that's the kind of stock you want to own. You know, it turns out Andrew Left got a couple of these right. He hated Jumama. He hated Kron, but he hated Kron at 750 and it went to 2250. But now it seems like he's right about it. Things back at 9. I think he's right about Roku. I think he hated Roku, but he hated Roku at 30 and it went to 170. So he's right, but man, was that dude wrong on the timing. Yeah, Pier 1, just reverse split, manipulated this thing from $1 up to like 14. You'll see this thing back at $1 probably, unless they have another massive short squeeze again, which it's always possible, but that's some crap. Those 3 stocks have really baffled me. Pier 1, PIR, Francesa Holdings, whatever that is, FRAN, and MIK. Andrew Left from Citron Research. You know who I'm talking about. All right, I'm going blind. I'll see you guys in cyberspace. I'll put the link up. You should be able to find it. Google Kenny Glick, Stocktoberfest. There'll be a link somewhere simulcasting it. And hopefully I don't crash and burn in a mad panic. I forgot what VWAP stands for. All right, I'll see you guys in cyberspace, and I'll see you on Monday. Be safe. Listen to Solid Jello. Don't trade options before earnings reports. And you got KBH. You got MU. I'd be looking at that work again tomorrow. A lot of good stuff going on. All right. Be good, y'all. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. Later. Later. I look like the guy from Hellraiser right now. Open the box. Right? Wasn't there some creepy movie? Not Hellraiser. There was another horror film. Maybe The Mummy. It's crazy looking. All right. I'll see you later.